What's happening, everybody? We're back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
I'm the Swaggy Blerd, Winston A. Marshall.
And we're here with the review for Season 2, Episode 6
of UPTIME. It's delicious.
Of Titans on the DC Universe. And if you have not seen it yet, please come on back because there will be spoilers. So, I get UPTIME from UPTIME Energy. They sponsor. Appreciate them. And Winston was like, yo, do you have some espresso or do you have one of those UPTIMEs? Because he had never had one. And so I was like, all right, bet. I got you. So I go into the refrigerator that's in my room, and he was like, that's a fridge? I was like, yeah, it's a fridge. And I gave him one. I was like, you feel it's nice cold. It's nice cold. I was like, he was like, it's blood orange. It's my favorite. I was like, yeah, and it's cane sugar, which means it's natural. And so as soon as he drank it, he was like, this shit is delicious.
This shit is delicious, fam. Like, this shit is so good.
Me, I'm just going to drink my sparkling water because I'm still trying to get my workout on and trying to lose more weight. Shout out to my joggers that are XL.
You do know that you can't. Yeah, hey, you had an XL, my nigga? Yo, celebrate with an UPTIME. Because this we UPTIME in this bitch. Let's go. Uptown Funk, nigga. I see you with your XL ass.
Yeah, these extra larges, baby.
You didn't even say that about the text I sent you the other day. Your ass looked like Luke Cage's
I saw
brother.
Like them shoulders.
My nigga took a photo of him at the gym. He was like, you know, we up here, it's work, Mr. Miracle.
Just with this
Mr. Miracle. And I was like, nigga, why your shoulders look like you fucking ate Luke Cage for lunch? Like, that's your older brother and
hey,
shit.
man, it is what it is. This episode, first of all, we knew what it was going to be about because it's called Counter. And I like how it kicks off where the season finale extra scene actually ended with going to Cadmus. And you watching Superboy fuck people up. And we see how he got his name, of course. He saw it on the shirt.
That's an interesting take on it. That's fine. Because that's the thing. If you think about all these shows as like alternate Earths, so it's never going to necessarily be the main comic book Earth that we're using in the books. So if you think of it as an alternate Earth, then he would get Connor in a different way.
Well, also, you have to look at... I don't even think you look at it as alternate Earths. I think you have to look at it as, it's a comic book series being translated for television and or film. So you have certain liberties you can do with things.
No, I know that. But I think the easiest way to get fans to shut the fuck up...
to
run their mouth is go... If it's Marvel, this isn't Earth 616. This is Earth, 717,
well,
which is
This is none of those. This is a DC show.
No, I know. But I don't remember what Earth... It's supposed to be Earth 1, right? Earth 3.
What, this one?
The one that the main comic book Earth is supposed to be Earth 1 in DC?
Yeah, Earth 1.
Okay, then fine. This isn't Earth 1.
Somebody's going to be in the comment, it's Earth 3. Okay, look, we're trying to figure shit out.
We're trying to figure it out.
All right. But nonetheless, you see that, and Krypto is there. And first of all, dude is running around butt-ass naked for a minute until he gets the clothes. And I like...
That was all fan service.
That was all fans. That was for the ladies. Just making sure ass cheeks. That was just ass. And I know some of our lady viewers was like, when we gonna see Dick? Like, you do see him. His last name's Grayson. Like, he wasn't...
We ain't seen no titties.
Right, we don't get to see titties.
That's not the show. This isn't Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol gonna give you all the titties.
Dick or titties.
Dick, titties, and ass, and vaginas. You gonna get everything. But... I like how he goes out, he has the clothes now, and he's just walking around Metropolis. And he's just like, I don't know. And then we get introduced to Mercy Graves, which I'm like, every time you bring in Mercy Graves for me, I'm excited about it.
I'm always curious to see how they're going to portray her. Because it's very back and forth. Like, sometimes she's like full robot, sometimes she's cyborg, sometimes she's just a regular ass chauffeur that happens to be an assassin. It just depends on.
And this one, she looks like a mercenary that does her job and don't take no bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that version of Mercy Graves.
Because the Young Justice version, she's she doesn't talk and she has a robotic arm, kind of like Arsenal. So I think they made her like a robot in that one.
Yeah.
Versus the one in like the DC animated universe, the Bruce Timm one.
Yeah.
Excuse me. UPTIME. Delicious. That one, Mercy is just like his secretary chauffeur who then takes over CEO, but she's just a regular ass person.
And Mercy's also in Supergirl.
Right.
As well. So
But Mercy is with her brother,
she's with her brother Otis.
They're like
they're working with Agent Liberty. They work with Agent Liberty because they were doing the whole thing against illegal immigrants, and instead it was illegal people with powers and more so.
They went illegal aliens.
They went illegal aliens.
I'm
sorry. Yeah, they did go illegal aliens, actual aliens. So there's been different iterations of her. But when Dr. Watson came, I forgot Dr. Watson is the person who helped create Connor, because when I hear Eve, the first thing my brain goes to
from Supergirl?
No, is Miss Tessmacher. Miss Tessmacher's first name is Eve.
Yeah, no, I know that. Also, who's in
Supergirl. Yeah. So I was like, does Eve Watson become his test market and lose her job and start working at Catco? Like, I was trying to put two and two together, but nonetheless, I like how we watched him, deal with life. And Eve broke it down the best way possible to do. It was like, yo, you got to understand, he has the brain of a 2-year-old right now. He doesn't understand anything. Like, he was born 6 months ago. He doesn't know life. He really doesn't know right or wrong. Like when he tries to get the Superman shirt, which I love how they did it.
Yeah,
that's a perfect, again, fan service.
I was worried that he was going to kill that man. I was so worried he was going to kill that man.
In the middle of the plaza. Because
hey! Nigga!
But when he touched it, because remember, he has those memories.
Yeah.
And so he,
we saw the symbol when he thought about Superman because they address it later on. Because Eve says it and she's like, oh shit, you like have, because she mentions you don't know what nuclear fission is. He's like, yeah, nuclear fission, blah, 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 blah. She's like, oh shit, you have both of not just their genetics, you have their memories. That has like been implanted in you.
Their knowledge. It was more so their knowledge. You have their memories, but you have their knowledge.
Well, they have both. You have both. Yeah. And the other thing that I find very interesting, because you might know more about Superboy in this regard, is Superboy supposed to be as smart as Lex Luthor?
Yeah, because he's half Luthor.
No, I understand he is. I just didn't know if that was ever,
it depends on which iteration they're going to do with him. He can be smart, but he doesn't use it as much. Because think about it, and I don't think so. Matter of fact, let me retract that statement. I don't think so, because if that was the case, in every iteration of Superboy we would not need to see Nightwing or Dick doing anything.
Well, no, I understand. It's one thing if you're talking like John. It's one thing if you're talking about John, like born of him and Lois.
Yeah.
But if you're talking Connor, if the idea is that he's half Lex, he should at least, he only has, 60-70% of Superman's power? So you could make the argument he's got 60 or 70% of Luthor's intelligence, which would be still one of the smartest people on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they don't lean into that more.
Well, I think they will later. Remember, this is just the introduction.
No, I get that, but I'm even thinking like Young Justice. I don't mean to bounce back and forth. I feel like there's a lot of iterations they don't talk about how smart Connor would actually be.
We're going back to the t-shirt. He was trying to buy the shirt, and dude was like, you got money? And he was like, no. So dude was like, come back when you get some money. Connor goes and sees a lady getting mugged. She's like, you trying to take my purse? He tosses the shit out of dude. She was like, he's trying to take my money. Oh, you got money? Can I have it?
I was like, oh no, this nigga gonna end up in jail.
Can I have it? And he said it with a smile on his face though. Can I have it? Now, if you're that little old lady, how do you say, I got robbed, but did the dude that helped me rob me again? But he robbed me with a smile? And if you pay attention to the shirt later, there's small details that they did. The shirt that he was looking at originally was just like a screen print shirt, like these shirts. The shirt he wears later is like an emblem on the shirt.
I did have beef with this, to be honest with you. Not with that in particular, but we're going to come to the fact that he ends up going back to Kansas. He goes to Smallville, and he had a flashback as somebody saying to him, hey, Clark. So he's like, okay, I think that's home. We're going to go and check it out. He ends up there, and he ends up in the farm, and you think he's talking to Pa Kent at first.
No, you know that he's not. You know he's not till one, because it shows you the mailbox that says Luthor.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
I looked away for a second.
Yeah, the mailbox says, so when he goes on the farm.
Yeah.
So that if you
I looked away for a second. Okay, but what I was going to say that was a little off-putting is I was like, because that wasn't my issue. Because obviously he's talking to Lex's dad, because I was like, Pa Kent never slapped around the fucking
man.
Like, that's not a thing. So that must have been some other sort of memory or whatever. So he starts to piece together this is Lex's dad.
I'm sorry, I'm giggling so hard, y'all. Because
Pa Kent trying to slap around Clark.
Can you picture Pa Kent trying to slap the shit out of little Clark, who just picked up a school bus 2 days ago?
The funny thing is, I think because his powers didn't fully manifest as a child, really, he probably could have got away with it.
He had him a little bit, but he didn't have the full range of it.
Well, right.
He had the strength. He had the strength.
But I'm saying, you probably could have slapped him around and he would have felt it, because he wasn't, he hadn't developed it yet. By the time we got to him about 10, you know how when you get to a certain age, your mom will, smack your ass, but you don't want to show it on your face so it don't hurt you, because then she'll get a bigger thing to hit you with? I'm just imagining Pa Kent used to be able to smack Kent around, and then he gets to about 10, he's like, nigga, I don't feel nothing. So then he takes, he hits him with the tractor. He's like, bitch, I don't feel that shit neither. That's how Brightburn starts.
He's going through all these levels of shit to try to beat this kid. With a hand, a belt, a 2x4, a whole metal pipe.
Just there, we're like, let's see what the shit can hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah, back and forth. So, But you find out that Lex's dad, and you've heard those stories, that Lex's dad beat the hell out of him. But Lex's dad is trying to play the whole, well, what did Lex lie to you? And like, yo, Lex clearly wasn't lying to him because he has his memories.
Which I'm also confused about. I thought Lex's dad was dead. I thought Lex murdered his parents.
I did too. So I thought Lex's parents were dead just as much as Clark's father is dead.
Right.
You know, and I think that was, but again, that's
Clark's father's dying. That depends on the iteration.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm about to go to. It depends on what iteration you're doing and where you're coming from, but nonetheless, because of the show they're making, again, I think we all, as comic book fans or as fans of these TV shows or films, have to remember, again, like I said earlier, they have liberties to change certain things, as long as it doesn't change with the overall arc of the story.
Sure, I agree.
Having his dad be alive doesn't really change anything, but this is when shit get real, because when he's there, the Cadmus agents show up.
So this was my beef. So the fight was incredible. The best part...
No. What was the beef?
So my beef is, a fight breaks out. Cadmus shows up, right? They start shooting. And so, you know, he's obviously bulletproof, so whatever. And he jumps in the way of some bullets that are about to hit, Papa Lex.
Which I thought they was going to hit. Then I was like, well, his big dad's really dead.
Yeah. I thought that was going to send him into a rage, and then he was going to kill him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because technically his grandfather, or I guess his dad, would have been killed.
It's so confusing. It's so confusing. Go ahead.
What my beef was, we've seen shows with bulletproof superheroes before. Say, Luke Cage. When the nigga gets shot, he ends up with bullet holes in his shirt. Why is he wearing a regular-ass t-shirt?
Okay.
Ain't no bullet holes in it, nigga.
Okay.
That isn't a Superman outfit that he put with the Kevlar weave or whatever that, like, is special Kryptonian. This is a regular-ass t-shirt from a vendor for $12.95.
It's a gilded.
That shit is not bulletproof.
That shit is gilded. Okay? It's what's on the inside of my shirt.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my beef. I was like, come on. That's a little minor detail. Then let's be real for a second. If my nigga got shot, he wouldn't bleed, but the shirt would have holes in it.
And I agree how they did with Luke Cage. They did have the whole... Okay, so I didn't think about that for a second. I was like...
It was my only small detail.
But here's the problem with that. Not the problem. There's the problem with doing that. Mm-hmm. He won't have another shirt yet.
Oh, he would be able to get another one? Fuck that. Then fine, walk around with the bullet holes. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? And then when you eventually find Dick...
No, this is what he does. No, because he walks around with the bullet holes and be like, what's wrong with you? I'm from West Hollywood. This is fashion. Bam. That's how you
Oh, my God. Why is that a West Hollywood film?
Or Hollywood.
It doesn't matter.
That was Hollywood.
That was my only
of the Hollywood.
That was my only real beef with this. But can I tell my favorite part? Because I texted you about it.
Because I think it was mine too when I saw it. Because you told me about it.
And
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I saw it. I was like, whoa, shit. So at one point after this, he whoops all these agents from Cadmus's ass.
One of them's like, fuck it, we gotta take him down. So my nigga pulls out a rocket launcher and fires it. And I'm like, oh shit, Grandpapa Lex gonna die. All of a sudden, Krypto says, grabs the rocket with his mouth and throws that bitch back out the window to blow the nigga up. I said, did the dog just play fetch with the rocket and then throw it?
He just played catch and release with the rocket and like, by the way, whoever is the trainer for the dog that plays Krypto deserves a whole lot of credit.
He does.
Because that dog can convey the emotions need to convey at the moment.
I was just going to say, I hate that you cut me off. My nigga Krypto is a better goddamn quarterback than Baker Mayfield. He's a better goddamn quarterback than Dak Prescott. All right?
And Mitch Trubisky.
And Mitch, all of them. All of them. If you want to know more about that, please watch BLERD and GOAL coming on later this week. Anyway, so the fight ends. Eve was there. She was supposed to be running the assault unit, but they're not listening to her at all. So he was
finna murder the fucker. He looked around. He looked at that. That's another thing I like. I like the visual effects, and the visual effects are done by Armin Kevorkian, who is known to do the visual effects on most of the CW shows. And to show how his X-ray vision, Krypto's X-ray vision, and the laser vision, and the X-ray vision, how all of those look. It doesn't look like it's forced. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like cheesy CGI. Right. It looks well. And so he goes...
the bullet time, with him, like, seeing the bullet, like, the bullet's going by, and they go, oh, that's going to hit him. And I'm like, oh, my nigga dodged but didn't think about it. And then at the last second jumped in front of Grandpapa Lex. I was like, all right.
So, those things like that. But he looks and sees Eve in the van and goes, he's like, oh, shit, here we go. And after she convinces him to go with her, I love the fact she was having breakfast, and he was like, why that smell like brandy? She was like, adults need this.
Sometimes when they don't feel good. I was like, that's the realest way to describe it. I was like, you're just talking to a 2-year-old.
You're talking to a kid.
Sense. But then she tried to explain shit, and this nigga knows what nuclear fission is and all that. We talked about that earlier, where like his brain just remembers things from his dad's,
Yeah.
apparently. Which I also thought was kind of interesting because that is the case. He technically has two dads. So he's like, do I get to meet my dads? I was like, oh, can you imagine Clark and like Lex as like a couple ship them together and shit?
But I love how she was like, Superman don't even know you exist, nigga.
Oh my God. So that's one of those situations where it's like, you had a one-night stand, your ass was gone, and then you find out 20 years later, this your son, nigga.
A la the plot for Superman Returns. Because that is the plot.
I never saw it.
You ain't missed shit. Clark basically bust one off in Lois, which, by the way, here's my issue with that. And Hancock basically explained it for you later years down the line. If Superman busts a nut, that is not a normal nut, okay? Remember in Hancock, have you ever seen the director's cut of Hancock?
No.
So remember when he picked up the girl in the bar?
Uh-huh.
There's a scene afterward that's cut. It's in the director's cut. She about to fuck. He was like, listen, when we do this, when I'm about to, I need you to get up. And she's like, okay, whatever. And so she riding him. And keep in mind, he drunk, so he like, all right, here it come. She's like, no, I want to take it. This nigga throws her halfway across his trailer, shoots and blows 3 holes through his ceiling.
Oh, I did see that.
I've
seen that. Yeah,
so
yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like, wouldn't it be the same equivalent?
I would say that most likely, knowing that he probably did kill someone once. So in the same way that Rogue is like, I just learned not to touch people and shit, I bet Superman has just trained himself the way Black Bolt has trained himself just not to speak. If Supes is about to bust, it's one of...
He has a kid in Superman Returns.
I understand, but do you listen to me? You know how like you can do like Kegels to try and present yourself from nothing or to like from
and just a drip come out?
So I think he probably did that. He's like, all right, Lois, hold on. What
Martin say? 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4.
Because think about the fact that Superman is literally constantly holding his powers back. Because he even says it in multiple iterations. Like my favorite is at the end of Justice League Unlimited, where he's like, my problem is the whole world is like a world of cardboard, but you can take it, can't you, big boy? And he starts not mollywopping Darkseid. I think it's the same thing where he's like, okay, hold on. Ooh,
so this
Brainiac, like just. I'm assuming, the way Krypton blew up and he blames Brainiac for that shit. You know what I'm
just
saying?
mad the last word you say was Superman busting nut. Like, oh, Brainiac. My question is,
damn girl, you give good Brainiac.
Question is to our female viewers: would you let Superman shoot one off up in you?
It would kill them. No.
Some be like, they willing to check. You know how women be like, yo, I got a strong uterus. I've had 9 kids.
No. This nigga can lift an airplane. This nigga has lifted half of infinity. No, your ass is not taking a shot from Superman. You'll die.
This is pretty much true. But anyway, back to Superman.
Wonder Woman is the only one that is able to do it.
Yeah, the only one.
And I bet you she did it, it's probably like coming down off of like some heavy ass drug, like some Molly or some shit. She's like, I need a few hours. I'm just going.
Could you imagine her and Superman doing anal? Like Diana, like, come on, I can take it. And then Clark get carried away, like, you won't, because there's some women who like it when you do it and they want you to go a little hard. All right, anyway, so she takes him and shows him. Eve takes Connor to the original Cadmus lab where everything went down. And then she tries to tell him, she's like, yo, this is where you originally created, but there's something about you behind that door I don't think you want to see. You're technically the only person who can open it. And Krypto, this is again where I give credit to the dog, because Krypto looked at him and was like,
one nigga said, Nigga, nah, it's good, dog. We good.
Krypto was like, nigga, no. I can smell it. Let's not do this.
He saw the failed experiments, man. He saw that he really was a clone and that they've been trying to do this for a while, and monsters have been created out of this.
Yo, the one that almost looks like Lex but has the Independence Day alien fingers.
Bro, he was about to snap. Then he went to Eve because he was like, what the fuck? He was about to snap her neck. Which I would like to say, I think the thing that I really loved about this episode is they went into the theory of what is considered good or bad science. Because at first she's like, there's no such thing as bad science. It's about how you apply it. But then there's a point where she says, no, there's some things that we understand are automatically going to lead to something evil, especially depending on who's doing it. So she always knew it was Lex Luthor. Yeah. And she did it anyway.
And also, sorry to cut you off, also was implying that, because remember, she didn't know what side Connor fell on at first.
Sure.
She didn't know.
Well, because he's half and half. He's half a good guy, right, half a bad guy, so he doesn't know. But she's like, you're technically a blank slate. But I think, and she brought up the fact, because he's about to snap her neck, and once she lets her go, he was like, yo, remember, you have an anger problem. Sometimes it'll be yours, and sometimes it'll be your negative side, and you need to learn how to control it. Otherwise, you could be very dangerous to everybody. But I bring this up because, and we're not going to get deep into it, maybe he'll do a Patreon video or something, but there's a lot of debate about whether or not art needs to start being censored because of what it can do in the hands of the wrong people. We're talking about the Joker. We're talking about, what was the Hunt movie that got canceled?
Yeah.
What was it called?
I think it was called The Hunt or something.
It might have been called The Hunt. Whatever it is, this is a similar kind of thing where it's like, is pursuing certain scientific like exploits, just like art, is it a bad thing? You have to stop it because somebody might do something.
I have one answer for that with 2 words: Jurassic Park. After the first Jurassic Park movie, they literally were looking for mosquitoes lodged in amber.
I mean,
in amber.
Maybe you should do it as a Patreon. But either
way, nonetheless,
yeah.
She also tells, because Connor, like, I'm a monster. After seeing all, because remember, he's subject 13. So you see 12 iterations gone wrong. And so she was like, wait. She was like, you didn't kill the guy in the parking lot. You didn't kill me. You helped save a lady who was losing her money, even though he didn't tell her that he robbed her. But, like, you aren't a monster. You know right from wrong. And so the fucked up part is now he's leaving on his own. He makes it, he's in San Francisco already where this happened. He's walking down the street. See somebody getting their ass whooped. Krypto was like, nigga, we didn't.
He's like, nah, we can't. We were told we can't intervene.
Krypto was like, nigga.
But I love how Krypto really does. Like, he's still a dog, but he's like,
we're getting robbed. We're getting robbed.
But he looks up, he sees a scaffolding fall, and there is Jason Todd hanging from a fucking window, and he goes, alright, fuck it. Jumps, hop, 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 catches that nigga, and crashes into a car. And he's like, oh shit, man, who are you? Thanks for saving me. It's like, yeah, I'm just clap, clap. All of a sudden, my nigga been shot. Now, the one thing we didn't bring up, Marcy put some kryptonite bullets in the gun, so we're assuming that that's where they came from.
Yeah, of course she did. That's why she was like, she's finna kill him.
It could have been Slade. You don't fucking know.
No, Slade wouldn't know about him.
You don't know that. Slade knows a lot of things always.
I think I
it's
agree.
Probably Marcy.
No, that is Mercy for sure.
Yeah.
That for sure is Mercy Gray. And I had it from a sniper. Most likely it's Mercy Gray.
But she was using a pistol. That's what. She's nowhere on the street. She ain't sniping with no fucking pistol.
This is true.
Which is why I'm like, it could have been. Who knows? The point is, the nigga's been shot.
And he's bleeding out quickly to the nigga. That nigga's on the ground. Hey, first of all, shouts out to Makeup for making a white boy turn even paler. Because they made him lose his skin. If you notice, his skin tone was like getting pale and shit.
So why the fuck the bullet hole show up then, but they didn't show up before? Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and start this off. If you had to put a number to this review, to this episode, what would you rate it 1 out of 5?
Now that you brought up the fucking bullet holes and I didn't think about it first, like, this is such a great episode. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 off the bullet holes alone, but that's me being petty, so 4.75.
I'm actually gonna give this one a 5.
Okay, I'm giving it a 5 then. Okay, because I'm gonna give it a 5. That's what I wanted to give it. Because that's what I wanted to give it when I watched it. I was like, this is a 5 episode. Because of, beside the bullet hole things, that's a little bit of small continuity thing we deal with later. But this episode was a solid story from beginning to end. It had emotional stakes, and it actually introduced the character in a way where you're like, oh my God, how is he going to deal with all the rest of these emotionally conflicted individuals that he has to become on a team with?
He is the most well-developed origin story that we have seen out of this entire show. Mm-hmm. This is an episode I would love to watch again because the action was super well done. We didn't have to pussyfoot around for a few episodes before he actually did something. He had 2 fights, one that we really got to watch. We got to see his powers on display. Krypto was done exceptionally well. The bullet hole thing really pisses me off, but I'm going to let it slide just from the simple standpoint of like, you know what? Everything else was done so incredibly well. I'm going to take that as a small oversight that hopefully they fix going on in the future.
Hey, I'm rocking with it. So we want to know what you thought about it in the comments below as well. So go ahead and, you know the whole jargon and the lingo. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell so we find out we drop more videos like this, all right? You keep laughing all you want. I felt like I was tongue-tied. Anyway, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Join the Supervillain Squad where we might actually do a video about this shit and talk about shit. Art be censored, which my answer is just no. So there goes the Patreon video right there. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Check out the Mad Titan podcast where I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, so come on in that convo, all right? It is available a lot of different places. And make sure you go check out BLERD and GOAL. It's on our Blerds in the Hood Facebook fan page. So go over there. Week 4 is up, and then week 5 will be dropping thing. So week 5 will be out by the time you see this as well. So week 5 will be up there as well. Winston?
Yo, you can find me at the Swaggy Blerd, THESWAGGYBLERD. That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. All them tanks. I got all them tanks up there. I don't know why all of a sudden I went real Jamaican for no reason.
I got all them things.
I got all them tanks. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. So be sure to check out BLERD and GOAL, like he said. Be sure to come back here every week. We're breaking down every episode of Titans. And shit, who knows? Once this show's over, because we still got plenty of episodes to go, we might throw some other stuff. Like, let us know what you want us to review. That's a good thing, because we're gonna keep doing Titans. Let us know another show you want us to kind of get on.
That's kind of scary, though.
What they have, like,
to leave it to the people, like.
No,
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Let us know.
You were supporting us, so what do you want out of us?
Let us know what you want, all right? So we'll holler at y'all later. Take care. We out of here.